Welcome to Star Fox Assault, the sometimes spaceflight shooter in which you play a furry on his mission to commit genocide on all space insects. This game is a little old, but that's cool because it still holds up. Anyway, I'm not gonna waste more of your time, let's get straight into it. The game consists of 10 story missions and a versus mode that I don't think anybody enjoyed, and each mission starts with a little briefing.
Almost all common scum.
And a loading screen. In the opening cutscene, we learn that we must exterminate what remains of Andros' fleet. Don't know Andros? Don't worry about it. Big flying space ape, 90% face. You'll know him when you see him. But in this particular mission, our target is Oikini, this weird-looking piece of shit ape that is leading a rebellion, apparently. I think he's Andros' nephew or something? Either way, we must kill without question. So we get into our R-Wings and get to business, right after the loading screen. Once in the actual game, our task is relatively simple. We must kill everything on sight. There's also this neat feature where the stupid frog doesn't fucking stop talking until the end. Generally, your crewmates are there just to get in trouble so you can save them.
Fox, these guys are all over me. Get rid of them.
If you do, they give you something in return, depending on which one of them you helped out.
Fox, use this.
The bird Falco gives you a bomb. The suspiciously erotic fox gives you health, and the frog... yeah, the frog gives you health too. Nobody would really miss him if his R-Wing were to tragically get shot down by Andros' fleet. So naturally we let him die.
Uh-oh, I can't go on. I'm heading back.
Finally, some peace and quiet. Let's just continue the mission. So we shoot these weird space ships and these bigger spaceships. Don't forget to collect some rings along the way if you took damage, and also these smart bombs. They will come in handy later, trust me. Then these things appear, but they're not really a threat at all. Just don't waste your bombs on those. Generally don't listen to Slippy's advice.
Try out your bombs, Fox.
Just charge your laser for a while until it becomes a big red homing ball of death, and then wait for the correct timing to nuke them out of existence. After we break the ape's last line of defense, he decides to flee to this planet called Fortuna. This is also where Falco needs our help for the first time, so naturally we help him out just to get his angsty teen attitude and also a smart bomb. Very good. We're gonna need those. There's also this thing which upgrades your laser to deal more damage. You can upgrade them up to 2 times for maximum damage. We chase through some more enemies and contraptions until we reach this gate. And past it, we find Oikini again.
There he is. It's Oikini.
He transforms his ship into this weird fucking ape thing and politely asks us to battle.
Die!
And we happily oblige. His attacks consist mostly of strikes and claps. Make sure to avoid those. Make sure to avoid those. Make sure to avoid those. The only way to harm him is by attacking the weird balls in his hands. We break down one after another, and once both are finally destroyed, he dies.
Uncle and
But that's not all, cause this thing flies in.
That doesn't look friendly.
This is our first introduction to the Aparoids. This thing uses these strange waves, this weird butt laser, and a literal meteorite rain to attack. But this is why we saved up our smart bombs. You see, if we use them correctly, we can annihilate the first phase of this beast in mere seconds. The second phase is just a question of aim and rapid fire straight into its mouth. You can see the weird orb again, right? Yeah, that's a running theme. If you see orb, you attack orb. Pretty straightforward. Anyway, once we bombed and lasered that thing out of existence, it fucking dies. Pretty quickly, actually. And it drops this weird thing that the rabbit tells us to get, so we go get it.
You have to get that.
And then this happens.
Whoa, you got company.
Luckily, we don't have to fight all of these, we just flee like cowards.
Fox, grab that thing and get out of there.
And that's mission 1. Congratulations, you did it.
Whew.
Mission 2 starts with a briefing. We learn that the local star system is at threat by the Aparoids that we encountered earlier.
What?
Apparently these vastly competent elite space warriors managed to lose an entire fleet to one of these things that we killed by ourselves. Gee, what an elite unit. Anyway, what we learn is that there's an outpost on a planet called Katina that sent out a distress signal. But when they tried to contact them, nobody answered. So our job is to investigate said distress signal and bring a living Aparoid specimen to the research team while we're at it. For some reason we decide to do this on foot, with the rest of the crew in the air? Yeah, that sounds safe.
It's too quiet. It's a trap.
Oh no, a trap! How unpredictable. Good thing we went in here on foot. So on foot we have totally different weapons, except for our hand blaster, which is basically the same as the airborne one. You can either shoot weak green lasers or you charge your shot until it becomes a red ball of death. Not far from where we started, we can find a machine gun. Does exactly what you think it is. Our target is to kill these weird plasma launchers. They also drop rocket launchers, which is very fun. And after we kill 2 of them, we spawn in a landmaster. This beast is a literal tank, but better. It can shoot big green lasers, or you guessed it, you can charge it to shoot red beams of death instead. It can also dash, hover and roll, all very cool stuff. We used this thing to clear out most of the Aparoids without any real resistance. After killing a couple more of these weird launcher guys, these things fall from the sky. Those can spawn even more Aparoids. So of course our goal is to clear them out. There's quite a few of them, so that's gonna take a while. After clearing them all out, some fairly easy to reach and some less easy, this happens.
So, the leader, huh?
That thing is giant and ugly.
Wait, that thing has a core memory.
You heard the lady, Fox. We gotta get that core memory.
We are told to get that memory core, so we go get to it. Once again, shiny orb means shoot. This thing just literally walks around and doesn't do anything else. Occasionally it shoots some weird Aparoid rockets, but that's really it. And once you shoot its weak point enough, it drops down to the ground and we can fly on top of it to nail its memory core. Just make sure to not get grilled by whatever this green glow is. After shooting the core for a while, it finally collapses. And once again, it was a trap. I'm beginning to sense a pattern here. This literal pig steals the core from us. He just beams it up. I wonder why don't we have that kind of technology? After all that, we trace the pig on radar and it leads us to this place, the Sargasso space zone. We are also told that the memory the pig stole may contain the location of the Aparoid's homeworld. And to be able to commit genocide, we must know where it is. We infiltrate the base and are once again on foot, against an accumulating army. That means this is a race against time. Once that meter fills up, we lose. Our target are these things. No idea what they do, but they must go. Whatever they are protected by different kinds of enemies and these rolling barrels for some reason. We also find a sniper and grenades up here. Very cool. We use those to take out the last of our targets. Fun fact, you can also skip the entire second part of this mission by dying right as you kill the last target up here and the cutscene triggers. But we're not gonna do that today. After we kill the last target, Team Starwolf arrives. They're here to cause trouble, and be generally weird.
I am Panther, and all who see my rose meet death.
All this guy wants is an apology for something we've done in the past.
I'm owed an apology, and I will have it.
Fair enough. Easy to do, so naturally we decide to fight them in space instead. It's unavoidable, really. At least we learn how to do a loop. Whee! This fight consists only of charging and shooting charged shots at the 3 bad guys and occasionally avoiding an incoming missile.
Ah, the lovely crystal. Words do you no justice. I am Panther Caruso. Here's to us. Now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. At least he rats out his former comrade.
Beauty. I believe the comm record will point you toward Fortuna.
Lovely guy. And with our next target on radar, we make our way to Fortuna.